all independent artists from around the world. I don't care where you from. DM the GOAT, get you a motherfucking murdered out verse.
Red rose, white ceiling.
Red rose, white ceiling.
Red rose, white ceiling. I ain't freestyling in a minute. Let me polish my skills off. Let me see what I can come up with. Let me see. Let's check it. Look. Red rose, white ceiling.
I'm in that red rose, white ceiling.
We're gonna shoot you some topics. You freestyle. Your first topic is the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. I be rocking my Kobe's. I be in a red rose, white. When have you ever heard an Eminem song in the club? I don't hear Eminem in the streets. I'm just a better rapper.
The wild thing about the game today is that the entire culture is watching him like he's living two different careers at the same time. On one side, he's the legendary Jayceon Taylor from Compton, the man who came into the industry swinging like he had something to prove, dropping classic records, fighting his way into the major leagues and carrying the West Coast on his back when the world thought the region had nothing left to give. And on the other side, he's the guy trending every few months because someone is saying they paid him for something that didn't turn out the way they expected. And now folks online swear he's out here running hustles like he's running out of options. It's the craziest contrast you could imagine, and people can't stop talking about it because it feels like watching a legend slowly become a headline for all the wrong reasons.
Let's clear that up now. I'm not screaming rape. He did not rape me. But what he did do is touch 3 times and told me shut the up before I eliminate you, and then pulled my up in front of a crowd of people in Chicago at a club with the lights on and people taking pictures. To the point that 3 cameramen walked off set and quit because they got daughters and wives at home, and they said he's a piece of.
It all really started snowballing when rappers nobody ever heard of began posting screenshots showing the game or somebody from his camp sliding into their DMs, telling them they had potential, telling them they were next, and offering them a spot on a mixtape or playlist for a fee. And look, getting paid for features or placements is nothing new in the industry, but the part that got messy was how all these artists said the same thing. They thought they were paying for something tied to his main brand, his official platforms, his verified channels, only to discover the song got pushed onto some tiny random page with barely any traffic. That's when frustration started turning into anger, and anger started turning into accusations, and suddenly the internet was calling the game a scammer, like it was proven fact instead of just what some upset customers were saying. Some of these artists explained that the pitch sounded too good to be true from the jump, but they trusted it because of who it came from.
Hey, check it out. All independent artists from around the world, I don't care where you from. DM the GOAT, get you a motherfucking murdered out verse. ASAP, not playing. Fuck with all them motherfucking weird ass blogs saying all these hating niggas with my name in their mouth saying every day, if you pay for a verse, that bitch getting murdered, you gonna get it back ASAP. And niggas be mad. Niggas don't want to see y'all independent artists. They don't want to see y'all come up. That's why niggas don't never reach down and grab up and coming artists and independent artists and do shit for them. Niggas want y'all to stay in the mud. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I've been an underground artist. I sold my motherfucking mixtape. I sold my demo. I slept in my car. I did everything I had to do to get on. So me, I'm looking out for independent artists, and I ain't gonna never stop that shit. These other niggas, they don't want to reach down and pull y'all out the mud. They want y'all to stay down there, my nigga. Selfish, but me, I got you. Hit me.
When a rap icon you respect tells you, I see your grind, your guard drops. You feel like something real is happening. You feel like someone finally noticed you. But then those same artists said the final product they got didn't match the energy of the message, the price, or the hype. They didn't get a real spotlight. They didn't get a shout out on his main page. They didn't get anything close to the reach they thought they were paying for. Instead, they got a link to a project that barely felt connected to him, like he was just lending his name to some automated system running in the background. And this became a pattern. The exact same DMs, the exact same I see your grind, the exact same pitch, just copied and pasted over and over like a script. Multiple artists posted identical screenshots, making people online think it wasn't the game reaching out personally, it was a machine. That's when critics started saying, he's not trying to help people, he's trying to get a quick bag. Fans who defended him said it was just promotion, nothing more, nothing less, and people were salty because they expected a miracle from a simple placement. But the ones who felt burned argued that if it was just promotion, then the promotion should have actually had value, not a few plays on an account nobody follows. Then came the Reddit threads, the Twitter storms, the YouTube reaction videos, and suddenly it wasn't a few complaints. It was a whole archive of people telling the same story. The DM hustle became a meme. Like the second you open your phone, the game is right there offering you a mixtape slot like a salesman who won't take no for an answer. Folks joked that he was everywhere, saying he popped up in DMs like a monthly subscription you forgot you signed up for. The crazy part is that it didn't stop there. Every time someone tried to defend him, another artist came forward with a fresh receipt, adding another layer to the story and making the conversation even more chaotic. And look, nobody is saying the game is broke or desperate outright, but the timing makes people suspicious. Whenever new headlines surface about his legal troubles, suddenly a wave of DMs and promos follow. Whenever news breaks about his money situation, new complaints hit social media right after. That connection might be random, but on the internet, people don't believe in coincidences. They build narratives, they connect dots, and they create theories that spread faster than any fact ever could. Once the DM accusations gained traction, some fans started digging deeper, looking at other business moves that felt off to them. Like when he ran a merch sweepstakes where fans said the prizes never showed up. Or when he charged hundreds for meet and greets people claim felt rushed and awkward. Whether all of these stories are true or exaggerated doesn't even matter anymore. The public perception is already shifting, and once that image flips, it's almost impossible to fix. And the worst part, the game has a personality that makes everything louder. He doesn't ignore negativity. He responds, claps back, calls people liars, and denies everything with force. That attitude only fuels the drama because people think if he's fighting this hard, something must be touching a nerve. And once folks smell stress, they double down, they push harder, they throw more accusations, and suddenly the whole situation becomes bigger than whatever the original issue was. So now you've got a legend with a complicated past, a serious legal cloud over his head, and a growing pile of people claiming he took their money without delivering what they were promised. Whether it's fair or unfair, deserved or exaggerated, it doesn't matter. The internet already made up its mind. They see a superstar slipping into survival mode, trying to squeeze income from anywhere he can, and they believe that's why these opportunities keep popping up like vending machine deals. And that's why people today say the game isn't just hustling, he's scrambling. The moment you start digging into the game's real-life money problems, everything happening today starts making way more sense because the man has been moving under financial pressure that would break most people in half. For years, people thought the rumors about him being low on cash were just internet jokes or haters trying to push a narrative. But once the legal files became public and judges started dropping rulings back to back, it became clear this wasn't speculation. It was a full-blown situation playing out in real time. The whole thing traces back to that massive $7 million judgment that's been chasing him since 2019. That number alone would shake anyone. But the part that made it worse is how the court kept finding new ways to collect no matter what he tried to do to slow it down. See, when the lawsuit first came down, a lot of fans didn't take it seriously. They thought it was just another celebrity case that would get settled quietly. But when the game appealed and still lost, that's when the story turned into something way more dramatic because courts don't forget judgments that big. They don't get tired, they don't get emotional, they don't back down. They just keep applying pressure until the balance hits zero. And the game wasn't dealing with a small fine or a slap on the wrist. He was staring down a multi-million-dollar bill that didn't care if he was touring, recording, promoting, or dealing with everyday life. That judgment became a shadow following him everywhere, and you could see the weight of it in every financial headline attached to his name. And things got even wilder when the court started seizing pieces of his income. They targeted royalties, asked for statements, demanded information, and tracked down every stream of revenue they could connect to him. Imagine dropping a new song and knowing a chunk of the money is already gone before it even hits your account. Imagine doing a show and seeing part of the paycheck disappear instantly because the courts got their hands on it. That kind of pressure doesn't just stress you, it changes the way you move. It forces you to hustle differently, think differently, and find new ways to bring in cash, even if those ways don't look good to the outside world. Then came the biggest bomb, the court-ordered sale of his Calabasas mansion. When that news hit the internet, people went into shock because selling your home isn't something a court does casually. That's a serious step they only take when they believe the person isn't paying what they owe. Reports said the judge ordered the home to be put on the market after accusing him of dragging his feet and trying to shift the property into someone else's name. That move made fans say, hold on, something is definitely going on behind the scenes. Selling a house that size isn't just a financial hit, it's a reputation hit, a pride hit, and a sign that whatever money problems he has aren't small at all. After the mansion situation went viral, every single money-related move the game made was under a microscope. If he dropped merch, People asked, is he trying to cover the judgment? If he went on tour, fans joked, he needs the money. If he pushed a new promo opportunity, rappers whispered, he's trying to make fast cash. Even innocent business moves started looking suspicious because the public already believed he was operating in survival mode. And that belief fuels the narrative even harder because once fans think a celebrity is desperate, everything they do starts looking like a scramble, even if it's not. And the internet loves making theories. Every time someone posted a complaint, people tied it back to the judgment. Every time he promoted something new, critics said it was part of a bigger plan to stay afloat. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't just about his finances, it was about his legacy, his choices, and whether he was losing control of his career. It's wild how the same man who once stood next to Dr. Dre and 50 Cent as the new face of the West Coast was now being talked about like he was fighting to keep his life stable. And the truth is, the pressure from a judgment this large can make anyone act differently, even someone who built a massive name in the rap game. The saddest part is how the money drama started overshadowing the music. Every interview, every social media post, every announcement got hit with jokes, sarcasm, or people bringing up the lawsuit. And once that becomes the new internet identity for a celebrity, it's almost impossible to break out of it. Fans stop talking about albums and start talking about debt. They stop talking about performances and start talking about court rulings. They stop talking about achievements and start talking about losses. It's like watching a storm follow someone no matter where they go and no matter what they do. The conversation comes back to the same place, the money, the mansion, and the judgment. This is the exact environment that makes people believe every business move he makes has a hidden motive behind it. Whether he's actually trying to scam people or just trying to run a business the way he sees fit, the public already views him through a damaged lens. And when the lens is cracked, every action looks crooked. That's why today people talk about the game like he's not only fighting a legal battle, he's fighting a reputation battle, a financial battle, and a public perception battle all at the same time. And if one of those battles slips, the other starts slipping with it. What really makes the game situation so explosive today is how the internet treats every new move he makes like it's part of some giant strategy that nobody can fully figure out. The man can't post a picture, announce a show, drop a new feature, or push a product without people jumping in the comments saying he's doing it because he needs the money. It's like the world transformed his career into a mystery board, and every fresh headline gets pinned to the wall as another clue in a story people swear they already solved. And the craziest part is that some of these narratives aren't coming from haters. They're coming from longtime fans who feel like they watched a hero slowly get swallowed by his own circumstances. That emotional shift is what makes the drama feel so heavy because people aren't just judging the game, they're disappointed in him. A lot of fans keep saying the same thing. How did we get here? How did the same man who once stood shoulder to shoulder with titans in the rap world end up being talked about like a walking controversy? And the answer is complicated. It's not just the judgment, and it's not just the DM accusations. It's the buildup of years where the headlines never seem to line up with the image he built early in his career. The game used to be the guy who bragged about his status, his money, his relationships with legends. But today, the public sees someone they think is trying to hold on to that image even while behind-the-scenes issues keep stacking up. That contrast is what fuels the whole he's scamming conversation, because when the internet sees a star trying to project strength while dealing with visible pressure, they assume the worst every time. And the drama keeps getting louder because the game refuses to play quiet. He claps back at critics, gets emotional on social media, calls out blogs, calls out fans, and never lets a rumor breathe for even a day. That attitude used to be part of his charm, the Compton fire in him, the rawness, the honesty, but now it sometimes makes things worse because people take every response as confirmation that something hit too close. The second he reacts, somebody posts, "See, he's stressed." And once the internet gets comfortable treating your emotions like evidence, the battle becomes impossible to win. Another thing keeping the flames alive is how the industry reacts. You've got other artists, producers, and insiders throwing little hints, making vague comments, or cracking jokes that people twist into full conspiracy theories. Every time someone says, "he moving funny," the blogs treat it like a coded message. And because the game has had public beefs with so many people over the years, 50 Cent, Meek Mill, Young Thug, Joe Budden, and a long list of others, the internet acts like half the industry is waiting for the moment they can say, "I told you." That competitive energy makes every rumor feel 10 times bigger because the rap world loves drama more than they love peace. There's also the added piece where the game built his brand on authenticity. He was the real one, the street historian, the guy who knew everyone and everything in hip-hop. So when people started claiming they felt played or misled by him, it clashed with the very foundation of his image. Someone built on being real can't slip up even once without the world magnifying it. That's why these accusations hit harder. They go against the whole identity he created. And fans aren't just calling him out for business moves. They're questioning his character, his integrity, and his honesty, which is a different kind of damage entirely. What makes the story even more complicated is that the game still has moments where he shows real talent, real passion, real hunger. He drops a verse that sounds incredible. He performs with energy. He opens up about life. He reminds people why they respected him. But the shadow behind him is so big now that even when he does something right, critics twist it into something suspicious. Drop a great freestyle? He's trying to stay relevant, release a new project. He needs fast money, post motivational messages. He's stressed behind the scenes. The internet doesn't give him room to breathe, and once the crowd locks you into a narrative, it becomes nearly impossible to escape. At the end of the day, the truth might be a mix of everything. Maybe he is hustling harder because of his financial situation. Maybe some of the opportunities he sells aren't handled the best way. Maybe some fans misunderstood what they were buying. Maybe the pressure from the judgment really is shaping his decisions. And maybe the internet took all those pieces, mixed them together, and created a story that's way bigger than reality. The only thing guaranteed is this. The game is living in the middle of one of the most chaotic chapters of his entire career, and every move he makes, good or bad, is going straight into the rumor mill like fuel being thrown into a fire that refuses to die out. But one thing nobody can deny is that the game is a survivor. Compton raised him tough. The industry trained him for battle, and the spotlight has never scared him. Whether people believe he's hustling, struggling, or misunderstood, the man is still standing, still loud, still fighting, still pushing, still proving he won't disappear quietly. And that's why his story stays so addictive, because no matter how wild it gets, he never stops swinging. He keeps moving like he refuses to let the world write his final chapter, even if the world already thinks they know how it ends. So the question isn't just, is the game scamming? The real question is, how long can he keep balancing all of this at once? Because the pressure is real, the internet is ruthless, and every new headline pushes his name deeper into the chaos. But one thing is guaranteed. People are watching every step he takes, waiting to see if he rises again or falls even further. And no matter what happens next, the world is locked in, because his story is too shocking, too dramatic, and too unpredictable to ignore.